Had a little technical problem. Hi, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek, and welcome to the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Happy 2025. On the Bill Lewis channel, we make videos and presentations about the joys of living in Mexico. We got a big show today, the first broadcast of 2025. I hope everyone is doing well. We got the Buck Stop here wishing everyone a happy Saturday, and William Mustache Stone Man has joined us, and he's in beautiful Ajijic by the lake, probably eating up all that fish. Charles Williams saying it's chilly in Philly. Girl, come on down here. It's a little chilly. The weather is really good here in Morelia. This week, it's been about 36 or 39 in the morning, but around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's 72 degrees. And it looks like the weather starts to warm up here in January. Unlike Philly, it's very peaceful here. I haven't heard of any really bad things going on. And Nancy Trevino in the house from H-Town. Happy to see you as always. We got Tanya in the house in rainy Seattle. I missed last week. I have the dreaded COVID. Girl, you got COVID. How you get COVID, man? I thought COVID was gone. You take care of yourself. We got Marco in Chicago getting ready to move back down to his roots in Morelia. Great to see you, Marco. David, my neighbor, in the house. Good morning to you. And Tooth Fairy is here, the one, the only Tooth Fairy. She got opinions, baby. And Jamie in Montreal, I think. Happy 2025 to you, and Plum in the house. Good morning from Sacramento, California, soon to be in Mexico. Thanks for your time to make these videos. You are very welcome. It's my joy. This is what I do. I do it for fun. Stephen Nathan also is my income. Stephen, wonderful snow squalls here around the Great Lakes. Ain't winter just dandy. I bet you got your skis all ready to go, right? I bet your skis are on the way to coming out of the closet, and you be getting around just like Heidi. We got Rockport Conch in the house. Morning and Happy New Year to all. Where is your next adventure? I'm going to touch on that in a second. And we got Lisa in the house from my middle name, Dallas, Tejas. That's how they say it in Spanish. We got a lot going on today. Due to the holidays, I've been in-house. I haven't taken a trip. And I'll be getting back on the road this week. Ola Rigsman, I'll be getting back on the road this week. I'm not sure where I'm going. I have some ideas where I'm going, but I'm not quite sure yet. Liston Henry, hello to you, Liston, also in Morelia. And I tell you what, some of the Morelia expats down here are upset with me because I get hate mail from expats in Morelia saying, please don't make any more videos about Morelia. Please, please don't do it. We don't want any expats coming down here and flooding Morelia with a bunch of expats. I get emails like that every day. You guys would be surprised at the amount of hate mail I get just because I'm so pretty. Yes. And if you're new to the house, if you're new and you've never visited us before, on a Saturday morning, we go live every Saturday. And this presentation is totally question and comment driven. If you're new here, let us know who you are, where you are. Do you have any questions about moving to Mexico? I've been here for 20 years. In February 2nd will mark my 20th year. Then I'll be able to say, oh, I've been here for 20 years, not about 20 years or almost 20 years. It'll be so I've lived in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, Mazatlan, El Arenal, which is between Tequila and Guadalajara out on a farm. Now I live in Morelia, so I've been around. I used to have a 180-day visa, tourist visa. I did that for like 5 years. I go back and forth every 80 days, and that got old. So then I got a 1-year visa. I have had two-year visas. Now I have a permanent visa. So I've been through the immigration process. So I've been around the block. I've seen some things. I travel a lot. So if you have questions about what are the people like in Mexico, how's the food, how's the weather, ask. That's why we do these broadcasts on Saturdays to help people learn about the joys of the great weather, the great people, the reduce in stress. I tell you what, man, moving to Mexico is one of the best drugs you'll ever do. You get down here, you feel like you just took some kind of chill pill drug. Ask William Mustache Stoneman, who's in Ajijic right now. So let's get right to it. We got Michelle. Buenos dias. I will be home, Morelia, next week. Come on down, girl. I had breakfast with Michelle about a month ago. And I always tell you guys that when I leave the house, I look like a homeless person. I wear really crappy clothes. I got really crappy tennis shoes. And I saw Michelle's taxi pulled up. I figured it was her outside the restaurant. And I walked right up to her. I was right in her face to say hello. And she looked at me like I was a homeless person. She looked at me like we were in New York City and a homeless person just walks up to you and you look at him and you just say, I don't know you. There's no way I can know you. And then she looked at me. She said, let me see your shoes. She looked down at my shoes. She says, you look like a homeless person. Yeah. Hey, but in 20 years, looking like a homeless person, you walk around here like looking the way I look, people are for sure I ain't got no cash to steal. Okay, Lisa C. You are so pretty, me Cuban hubby. Right on, girl. Come on down. I'll hook you up. Steve Berry, newbie here. I appreciate your unabashed comments and insight on life south of the border. Steve, welcome so much. It's fun. There's so much going on in the world. Mexico is so cool. It's so relaxing down here to get away from a lot of the craziness in the world today. But thank you, Steve. And I try to say what is on my mind. Sometimes people get upset with me. They say I'm political, but I call them like I see them. But thank you so much. And Steve, ask away, speak away. Welcome to the journey. And if you're new here and you have questions, I don't know everything about Mexico. There's a lot of places that I haven't been, but I'm going to keep on trucking. I'm 68. Hopefully I got another 30 years on me. Hopefully I can see all of Mexico in the next 30 years. I'll be 98 years old. Still carrying around a video camera with my drone. Maybe I'll upgrade my drone between now and then, just making videos. But we got all these people in the room. William Mustache Stoneman's traveled all through Mexico. Michelle has traveled many parts of Mexico. So what the questions that I don't know the answers to, other people in this conversation can help you out. And we got Brian, Pretty Boy Maiden, in the house. Good morning. All and in the house. Happy New Year to all. Brian, always great to see you here. And we got Lenora Wilson. Good morning, everyone. And she thinks so. She speaks. Watching from beautiful Merida. This morning, I was blessed to bring my parents here to celebrate the new year. How they like it? Are they moving down? They like it? They got the bug? Ms. Lowe, very friendly, accommodating people. Most Mexicans are really friendly. I ran into a grouchy taxi driver. Sometimes, yeah, there are some grouchy Mexicans, but that happens all over the world. But you are so right. We got, Stephen, welcome to our family. Bill is telling the truth. I told you, that's right. In Mexico, in Mexico in June, where would you recommend that is not so hot? In June, okay, let me say this. The high season, or the popular season in Mexico, is October 15th to April 15th. October 15th to April 15th is when all the snowbirds come down. And when I lived in Puerto Vallarta, I was there year round for 10 years. And between April 15th, from April 15th to October 15th, you don't see, I'm never say never, but you don't see any gringos for 6 months. They all disappear. And it's all Mexican people, all Mexicans, April 15th to October 15th. Okay, so you're walking around Puerto Vallarta between April 15th and October 15th. And then on the 16th of October, you look up and you see a bunch of white people in groups. You see like 50 white people on this. You haven't seen any white people in like 6 months, and you look around and say, what's going on? What where are all these white people? What were those? So by the time June comes, places on the ocean, specifically Merida, which is in the Yucatan, I mean, they're hot all the time. Puerto Vallarta is going to be hot. Mazatlan is going to be hot. Anywhere, if Malaki is going to be hot. Anywhere on the ocean, either side of Mexico, it's going to be hot and humid. So be ready wherever you're going. I'm sure that hopefully they have air conditioning. And if you go out in the evenings, it's usually better. But in June, it's heating up. It's heating up, hot and humid. Be ready. And we got SV in the house. Buenos dias, Bill, and everyone. Tanya, just FYI, I have an appointment with the Mexican consulate in Vegas. 2025 eligibility requirements didn't change much. And the RNE program was extended. Viva Mexico. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Oh, wow. You're going from Seattle to Vegas to meet with the consulate. And that's a tip in itself. Each consulate office, to get your visa, you have to visit a consulate. And each consulate in the United States has a different set of requirements as far as how much money you need to show them. And so you can pick and choose. You need to find a mediator or an immigration attorney that's familiar with how the various consulates throughout the United States work, because they all work a little. Some of them, I've heard some places that they're not friendly at all. They won't speak English to you. Others are very helpful. Getting all those papers filled out is a trip. But congratulations, Tanya Biba, Mexico, to you, and good luck. Good luck. Sammy from Tennessee, buenos dias. 24 degrees here in Eastern Tennessee. My old joints are not happy booking our trip to QRO San Miguel Allende, Morelia for March, and hope to be able to say hello and treat you to a good meal. Right on, man. Take me to breakfast, baby. I'm up for that. Right on. Come on down. See you in March. It's a little chilly down here now, but by March in Morelia, it should be almost perfect weather. Okay, now I'm thinking of San Miguel de Allende, Querétaro in June. The weather should be almost perfect at that time. Jackie R., living life abroad, long time. Hello, Bill. Long time, Jackie R., refresh my memory. JH, I can't believe you're 68. I was putting you at 53 or so. God bless you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking good, huh? Woo-hoo. Yeah, 68. But I tell you what, for about 15 years, I've been walking 5 days a week, hour and 10 minutes around 6:45 a.m. 5 days a week, I do it. I have no body fat. My tummy is flat. My booty is perking up. Yeah, I do my hour and 10-minute walk, 6:45 a.m. I never want to do it, but I do it. And in the middle of doing it, I feel good, like I never should have been in bed. And then by the end of that hour and 10 minutes, I feel like Superman. Then I come in and I meditate. Yeah, I meditate for about 30 to 40 minutes. After that, I feel like I just taken 5-6 Quaaludes and a couple of lines of fentanyl. I'm good. I think that adds to my youthful appearance. Thank you so much, JH. Hey, Tanya, yes, the Seattle consulate no es bueno. That means he's no good. Who's that? No good, no good, no good. Yep. Yeah, it varies. It varies. I have a question for the group members that have residency. What are you using for health insurance? I've been shopping and it's crazy. Somebody asked me about health insurance. It was like 3 weeks ago. They sent me a message. Well, what about hospitals and doctors and all that kind of stuff? And I told them 5 days a week, I walk about 5 miles. I eat well. I meditate. I read and view positive stuff. I stay away from negative people, and I never go to doctors. I haven't been to a doctor in like 12 years. I'm not going to a doctor unless I break an arm and a leg or something like that. Maybe I'll fall out of my window, break 2 legs and 2 arms. Then I'll go to the hospital then. But I don't want to see a doctor. They might want to give me some prescription drugs that they get commission on and stuff. They just love to get you hooked up on some prescription drugs. But I tell you what, I eat good. I've been exercising regularly pretty much all my life. And as long as I continue to do that, I don't need to see a doctor. And if I go to I don't want to go to a doctor, because I go to a doctor and they're going to tell me, oh, Bill the Geek, did you know you have like 8 forms of cancer and you need chemotherapy? And here's some drugs. Take all these 12 drugs, pay like $3,000 a month for that. Okay, so this person asked me about hospitals and healthcare in Mexico. I said, take care of yourself, exercise, meditate, stay away from negative people and negative thoughts, and you won't have to see any doctors. Okay, so that's my advice on hospital care. I don't want to see a doctor because I might believe that I have 8 forms of cancer that I didn't know about 2 days ago, and I'm feeling good. There you go. Yeah. Okay, Jackie R. living life breakfast in Mazatlan a few years ago. Oh, Jackie Robinson. Jackie Rob, good to see you. I'm in Merida. Good to see you, Jackie Robinson. Who would have thought? Great to see you here. Senor Mexico, good morning from Baltimore, MD. We're expecting about 5 feet of snow here on Monday. Yeah, when I went to take care of my dad, who lived in Gaithersburg, Maryland, when I was there taking care of him, wow, we went to the doctors. It was wintertime, maybe February. We went to the doctors for like a 5 p.m. appointment on a Friday afternoon. And while we were in the doctor's office, there was a blizzard. It took us 30 minutes to drive to downtown DC from Gaithersburg. And then the blizzard hit. It took us 8 hours to drive home in the dark. They got like 2 or 3 feet of snow in like 2 hours. It was incredible. It was incredible. I'm not doing that. I don't even drive anymore. Yeah, well, get out of that. Oh my God, you're so fun. Keep ignoring the haters. I get that. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna tell you some stuff I feel like I should just hold back on because I got to be positive. But I got this one email this week because sometimes I get political and I talk about sex and race and politics. Sometimes I do it. William Mustache Stone Man knows that I do. But somebody sent me a message and they said, oh, because they watched one of my Bill the Geek Unleashed videos. If you ever see Bill the Geek Unleashed in a title, and you're not political, you don't want to watch, just go watch Barney Miller or something like that. But they left me a message. It said, oh, when you make videos, they always say, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, don't talk about nobody's mama's shoe size. And I've been watching a lot of Buddhism videos lately. And, they say silence. Just when somebody's messing with you, just be silent. I just couldn't be silent with that one. So I had to send the guy a message back. And again, he told me, don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about race. Nothing like that. And I said, that's what the KKK told Harriet Tubman. Yeah, that's my attitude. Yeah. So sometimes, William Mustache Stone Man has me trained. I'm refraining from talking about some things, but the buck stops here. I got temp residency and passport. I'm fully covered with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Good for you. I talked to a guy about 6 weeks ago. He was his name is Charles. Charles, like 83. He's a Vietnam War vet, and he got he had some real problems with effects from Agent Orange, and Agent Orange really messed him up. It's like he has to see doctors like all the time. And I think it affected his mental health. Some people, if you need to see doctors like before my mom died, she had like 12 doctors literally in Washington, D.C. I mean, if you're depending on your doctors and you're taking like 80 forms of medication, Mexico may not be the place for you. Okay, Rusty Hill, good morning, Rusty. I just turned 76 and I've been living in Mexico for 15 years. Whenever the rare occasion comes where I need a specialist, it is only 500 pesos. That's $25. The last time was about 4 years ago. Healthcare is phenomenal down here. It's incredible. They have doctors. Many of the pharmacies, at many pharmacies, they have a little doctor's office. Now you can see my kitchen back there, and these doctors' offices are many times half the size of my kitchen, but they got one of them little beds in there. You know, one of them little skinny beds. They got the stethoscope. They got the scale in there. You go in there and they'll check you all out. You know, all the stuff you do at the doctor's office. And the last time I went in there to get me all checked out, just like you were going to the doctor, it was like 40 pesos. That's like $2. Yeah, man. And yes. After my dad died, he had 4 or 5 kinds of cancer. He was on chemo. My job as he was dying was take him to doctors, That's what we did all day. Go to this doctor, go to that doctor. And then he died. And I was so paranoid about having cancer after he died. I came back to Mexico. First thing I went to the hospital and I got all checked out for a full checkup with x-rays and all this other kind of stuff. It was like $100. I had nothing wrong with me. Oh, but the hospital was incredible. Talk about clean. Oh, and come down here and go to the dentist. The dentist down here, almost all of them are the bomb with. They got all the new technical stuff, but whatever. Okay, it is much easier to be healthy in Mexico. It is 600% of the reason I live here. Yes, 60%. He corrects himself. Thank you, Mr. One Only Rusty Hill, for that update. Senor Mexico, hello, my fellow Be More inhabitant. Definitely not looking forward to the snow. Okay, I got a long list of stuff to talk about today. I got stuff to talk about. We have 62 people in the house. It's already we're 30 minutes into the broadcast. People are clicking the like button. We got 26 likes. I prefer to pay as I go. Insurance is mostly a waste of money if you are a healthy person. I remember, I had for the last 7 years, I had health insurance in Mexico, but it just kept going up. It kept going up. I never used it. And it was going to cost me $2,000 a year. Now, I'm going to say 40 years ago when I had a corporate job, I was paying $400 a month for health care. I wasn't using that. That's like 30, 40 years ago. That's like 4,000, 5,000. And why? Whatever. Head coach, ignore the fools. I'm glad that you occasionally talk about race, religion, politics, etc. That stuff is part of life, so keep talking. Thank you so much, head coach. I'm still going to talk about it, but in a Buddhist fashion. I'm not a Buddhist, but I read a lot of it. also, I got a lot to say. I got a list of stuff to talk about here. Um, but one thing before we go any further is I'm a football nut. I never watched television down here. YouTube is my source of information and entertainment. Never watched television at all, but I am a college football junkie, and it's about game over for college football. And the Ohio State Buckeyes did beat the Oregon Ducks last week. I'm amazed, and they're going to the playoffs. They'll play this Thursday or Friday, but it's kind of like detox when college football season is over. I do have cable television because it comes with my rent, so I was able to see all of these games. So I'm a little bit bummed out because I'm a college football junkie. But you can be a junkie. But I used to be a 2.5 Men fan. I used to love Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men. I used to watch him 4 times a day, the reruns. And then Charlie Sheen quit and Ashton Kutcher took his place. No, man, you can't replace Charlie Sheen like that. That ain't right. And then that's what it feels like with football season being over. So anyway, I'm a little bummed out about that. And I do want to talk about the New Orleans car crash situation where the car ran into just scores of people, killed 14 people, injured like 30 or more people. I've never heard anything like that happening in Mexico. And somebody called me like a couple of weeks ago. Oh, did you hear about the people that got killed in San Miguel Allende? They didn't call me New Year's Eve when the car crash in United States. Some fool. And then the news media just started out saying, oh, these are the immigrants. This is why we got to keep the immigrants out of the United States. Ends up, it was some guy from Texas. He was born, raised in Texas. He was in the United States military for years and years. Some kind of financial consultant. He just went off, But anyway, God bless the families affected by that who were just partying in New Orleans. You're just walking around, partying, minding your own business, and voila, here comes Elon Musk Tesla car running down your butt. But enough said about that. Let me say also that last week we had a person. Her name is Diane. And she teaches one-on-one Spanish classes via Zoom. She lives in Texas, and she's been teaching Spanish her entire life. And she has a certain method she uses to teach Spanish. But if you go to buildgeek.org and look under FAQs, she is the second post at the top of buildgeek.org FAQs. First, you'll see Rosie, and Rosie lives in Morelia. She can help you with, she's a Mexican, totally bilingual. I've done 3 interviews with Rosie. She can help you with your immigration needs. She can help you find an apartment in Pátzcuaro or Morelia. She can help you buy a house in Morelia, and all kinds of other stuff. She'll give you tours around Morelia. But right below Rosie, I've listed Diane. and the one-on-one Spanish teacher, and she only charges like $15 or $20 an hour. And I want to do an interview with her because she wants to teach people conversational Spanish, but you can find and $15 to $20 an hour is a bargain. I've been teaching online in Mexico pretty much the whole time I've been here. My rate is, I told her, I just emailed her yesterday. I said, I charge $45 an hour. I mean, you got clients that are in the United States, $15, $20 an hour. That's a bargain. If you're trying to get your groove on, if you're trying to get your Spanish groove on, contact Diane and she can help you learn conversational Spanish so that when you come down here, you don't seem like you're a total fool. Yeah, okay. Now, some of you guys are total fools. So, I mean, for some people, yeah, you can be fluent in Spanish. Then when you talk to people, they just really know how much of a fool you are. All right, head coach, Tooth Fairy, what do you got to say? Bill, the Mexican doctors here are in the business of making you well. They don't have any incentive to make money off you. They don't work for the insurance company. And Tooth Fairy, I mean, she said it just right. I mean, doctors in the United States are in it to make money. Everybody knows if you're a doctor in the United States, you're making a lot of money. My second wife's father was a radiologist in Los Angeles. He was a billionaire, literally a billionaire. He and a couple other doctors owned a radiology center at a hospital. I think it was in Santa Clara. And he was buying like $100,000 jazz statues to put in his house. But down here in Mexico, get this. In Mexico, doctors become doctors. Why? They want to help people be happy. Isn't that a novel thought? But Tooth Fairy hit it right on the head. Those pharmacy docs are a scam. Cassie Davis, happy New Year to you, Cassie. I never take antibiotics, so don't need a pharmacy doctor. Johnny Williams, buenos dias, Senor Bill, ¿cómo estás? Johnny, todo bien aquí. Todo bien aquí. Hope you had a great New Year's party. Oh, party. Yeah, down here, they were partying all night. When the Mexicans start partying, they're like college students. I remember being in college, we used to party all night, be 6 o'clock in the morning, sun be coming up. I don't do that anymore, but Mexicans do. Mexicans know how to party. They were doing that New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, fireworks going on, music jamming. William Mustache Stone Man. I arrived in Ajijic on Wednesday. We, of course, had to go to Walmart. I've been to that Walmart so many. I can see it. I can see the Walmart and William Mustache Stone Man. The drive from Walmart to Ajijic is so beautiful. You go through this residential area. It looks like Ozzie and Harriet should live there, with these beautiful homes. And you're going down this main road, and the trees cover the road like this, with beautiful houses on both. It's beautiful. But anyway, Of course, we had to go to Walmart, buy some supplies, and I was a little astounded to see the prices were quite similar to those in the United States. That's ahi-heek. Ahi-heek. I just did a video comparing ahi-heek to Morelia. I put that video up Monday of last week. I call ahi-heek the San Francisco of Mexico. Beautiful place, but very compact. Thousands of expats want to live there, and the prices have gone out of the roof. We talk about experience while black in the United States. I wish someone would try to. Tooth Fairy she got a little stuff going on there. I just got $5,000 of dental work done for 1,500 pesos, 90% cheaper than dental insurance too. Let me say, I remember clearly, I told you guys that after my dad died, I went to the hospital to get myself all checked up. This was in Puerto Vallarta. Wonderful hospital, very clean, very modern. So I'm sitting there waiting to see my doctor, and this couple from Denver. This guy, he was about 40, was with his mother. So she's like 20, 25 years older than him. And they were very friendly. We're talking. And they had come from Denver to go to the dentist because they were she was getting some major stuff done to her mouth. And she said that in the United States, it was going to cost her $20,000. But in Puerto Vallarta, it was going to cost her $5,000. So yeah, people come down here. Even Amish people come to Mexico for many forms of health care. Amish people. Helen, Happy New Year, Bill, and everyone from Delaware. Helen, great to see you in the house. Actually, he was a 10th generation immigrant, 10th generation, by way of military, first generation immigrant by way of military scholarship. Thank you very much, Rusty Hill. And look who's here. Anna Titan, haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you here. Anna has been with us like forever. Buena semana, amigos. That means happy week, friends in Mexico. Right on, Anna Titan. Great to see you here. For what it's worth, I put up a video yesterday about the value of the peso. There's a publication. It's called Trading. The video is like 6 minutes long, and it talks about where the peso is right now, where it's going to be at the end of the first quarter of 2025, and where it's going to be at the end of 2025. And according to this publication, a financial publication called Trading Economics, they said, and I say it in the video, that the value of the peso in 2024 dropped 23%. And so let me look at this. Okay. The value at the end of the year was 20.82 pesos to the dollar. So that means 20.82 pesos to the dollars, and that's pretty damn good. About 2 years ago, it was about 16 pesos to the dollar. I was living in Mazatlan. My rent literally went up about $200 or $300 a month. But anyway, Trading Economics sees the peso at about 20.31 at the end of March. And at the end of the 2025, they see the peso at 20.57. So it's a great time to come down and buy that Mexico property you always wanted. It's ready for you. The peso went down yesterday. Rental prices are good. I've been in my apartment, 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, fully furnished. When I came here 6 months ago, I was paying about $510 a month. My rent went down $100 a month. They say that the peso's level is stable. It's going to stay that way for about a year. Good time to live in Mexico. The value went down 23%. And that means when you buy eggs, bacon, flour, sugar, when you go buy some Viagra, I think I'm going to make a video about Viagra and the price of Viagra down here and how you buy it. Of course, in that I walk like 5 miles in 5 days a week. I don't need no Viagra. I don't need nothing like that. I just got good health and natural stamina. Okay. That's funny. But you don't need no prescription to get Viagra down here. And then if you get the generic Viagra, I mean, you can, I mean, you just walk in, buy it. It's really good. I think I'm going to do a video on this, but whatever. And why am I talking about that? Just came to mind. I can't help it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So anything you buy down here, beer, tacos, everything's down 23%. Oh, I went shopping this week by accident yesterday. And the people down here mostly are very friendly. The weather is pretty good year round, depending on where you live and when you're there. Okay. But I mean, stuff is inexpensive. Yesterday, I bought these sweatpants right here. I bought 2 pair. Here you go. I bought 2 pair, brand new, because, I got to wear these when I walk in the mud. This was $5. This was $5, brand new. Fits good, it's nice and warm. And I got this. Woo! Because it's chilly down here. Okay. I saw this on the rack. Oh, yeah. I looked at the price. How much is this? Look at this. And it's all lined with this nice furry stuff. Put this on. It zips all the way up. It's got 2 zip pockets on each side. This bad boy is warm. You put this on and you can't get cold with this bad boy. This bad boy was $9. I'm going, this is a little store. It's about 7 blocks from where I live. And so I got this for $9, 2 pairs of sweatpants for another $10. That was like $19. That's another one of the joys of living in Mexico. Oh, yeah, I'm nice and warm. Okay, now let's see what's going on now. Rusty Hill, Helen, Anna Titan, Jackie R. I'm looking for a dentist in Morelia, looking to visit there in the next 4 weeks. Any recommendations? Can't get to Dr. Kramer. I'm looking for a dentist myself. I need to get my teeth cleaned. I do that every 6 months. So within the next 10 days, I will have a dentist. David, if you live outside the French Quarter, New Orleans, you're taking a hell of a chance. That's funny. Okay. The world is full of fools these days, and look who is here. My friend La Dulce beat the chow, and everyone feel like I'm catching up with friends. That's exactly what you're doing. Great to hear from you. Can't wait. We've had breakfast a few times, and can't wait for you to come back. So we're gonna La Dulce beat the. We have breakfast for so long. She says we should just call it brunch. That's funny. I was on my way to Mexico to see mi madre on vacation. I got stuck in Apache Navajo Indian land. I was deported to the res. Oh my God, it was traumatizing. Not what I expected. And that's in the USA, baby. Hey, Bill, they had a party near our house that went on to about noon, New Year's Day. I tell you what, man. Mexicans, when they get their groove going on, they don't stop. They just keep that groove going. Yeah, they know how to party. Dominique in Morelia, I do believe. Happy New Year to you too, Dominique. We have 79 people in the house, 42 likes, and let me turn on my donate button. I know I got a donate button here somewhere. Oh, where is it? Oh, here you go. Let me turn this on. Feel free to donate. This is how. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, here we go. Rusty Hill. Happy New Year. I'll watch the video later. I have to go fill up my gas tanks. The price is going up in a few days. Oh, that's too bad. Katrina the Maker, great to see you, pretty girl, in the house. And look at her. Katrina, we've been talking about dentist here. And look at them beautiful teeth she has. That must be fall. I bet you take those out at night, don't you? Don Cole wishing everyone a happy new year. Ray Garcia, hola everyone, saludos from Texas border town. The prices are similar between the cities here. Sad for the Mexican people. The minimum salary up north just isn't enough to live on. Right on. Okay. Lex Jones. I've been going to Mexico for dental work for years. It's cheaper and real talk. Better than dentistry I can find around here in Maine. For my mouth, I have several crowns in my mouth, and they were very reasonable. It was like $200 for a crown. I had a permanent implant. I mean, it's very reasonable down here. I had dental exam and cleaning at Dental Express in Ajijic for $10 USD. I've been to Dental Express many a time in Ajijic. The same exam and cleaning in the U.S. dental practice would be $428. I went to Dental Express, and it's right outside of Ajijic. I mean, if you're in Ajijic, you could throw a rock and hit it. And they have a bunch of young dentists. A lot of them are women, good looking. And I went there with a friend, and we both had our teeth cleaned, and we were on the way out. Well, how much is that for both of us? Two people getting their teeth cleaned. How much will that be? And they said $20, 400 pesos, two people. Mary Jane, hello, Mary Jane. Great to see you. Those are huge jumps in prices in short time. No good. And Tooth Fairy, thank you so much for contributing to the channel, setting an example for everyone in the house to help me pay my rent and buy some more cheap clothing. Thank you so much, Tooth Fairy. Thank you. Bill is super fine. Yeah, girl. I remember watching watching Bewitched. And you guys remember Bewitched in the old days when it was in black and white? You got Samantha. And you got Mrs. Kravitz. And you got Mrs. Kravitz. She was kind of a homely lady who was always watching Samantha's house all the time, seeing what she's doing. So she was and she had a husband, and she was always complaining about what Samantha was doing. Da, 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 da. And so one time, I remember this episode when Mrs. Kravitz was talking to her husband, and she told her husband, "Oh, and this man was trying to hit on me downtown today. I didn't know what to do." And her husband told her, "Well, next time that happens, just put a dime in his cup and pat his dog on the head and walk away." Think about that. Put a dime in his cup and pat his dog on the head. That's funny. Jackie R., you're very welcome. I straightened out in a few months. I plan to travel to Mexico now and keep my address good. They're right on Anna Titan. I have the best dentist in Morelia. And if you could post your dentist name or maybe email that to me and I can share it with I could use I need a dentist. I need to know that. Email it to me. I'll put it on my list of FAQs at buildgeek.org. There you go. There you go. We got people in the house that are very helpful. Now. Okay, now. Okay, I got spam. I did that. I'm just going through I'm like Santa Claus, checking my list and checking it. Oh, okay. Okay, so I put up a video. I am going back on the road this week. It'll be a day trip. I'm not sure where it will be, but I'll have more video clips for you this upcoming week of that trip. But I just figured out a dating trip, a dating tip. Like, I'm not dating. I'm not looking to date. I've kind of given up on women and the whole dating thing, living with women, dating. I'm out. I am out. But there are a lot of single expat men and women down here. But you meet these people, if they're expats, and you want to know, are they on the up and up? Are they looking for your money? What are they looking for? And when I was in Puerto Vallarta, some American guy met this American woman. They got married. And then the American guy, after they got married, the guy got into her bank account, took all of her money and disappeared, never to be found. And it can happen. So I'm going to put up a video this week on how to avoid that. And I tell you what, this is where this is a little sneaky thing, but the way that the Mexican government has raised the solvency rates. So pretty much right now, to get a 1 year, 2, 3, 4 year visa or a permanent visa, you got to be somewhat wealthy to get one of those in Mexico. You have to be showing an income of like 2005, somewhere between $2,500 to $5,000 a month. That's pretty good, steady money. And to get a permanent visa, you got to have like $75,000 in the bank. Okay, so I'm going to make a video on how to use that. And I know a bunch of single men, a bunch of single expats living in Mexico right now. And so you don't know who's who or what's what. So you can actually use the Mexican system to help you screen out bad potential lovers. So what am I saying? You got a date with somebody? You got a date with somebody and you want to screen the date? And you got to be kind of cool when you say this. You got to say something like, "Oh, and you have what's your immigration status down here?" Okay. "Oh, what kind of visa you got? You got a 1-year visa, 2-year visa, you got permanent visa? What do you got? Let me see it." Okay. You got to be slick about it, because what you're doing is if they pull out their permanent visa, then that person got jack. They got money in the bank. They got a steady income. Even if they got a 1-year visa, unless they got one of them other where they slipped in with that one kind of visa where you don't have to show no paperwork. But pretty much, if they have like a 2-3-year visa, they're and then the Mexican government has gone through like 6 months of their banking information. Also, on a side note, and I'm going to put this video up this week. On a side note to that, you can't fly into Mexico if you are a registered child molester in the United States. And I had a friend when I was teaching in San Francisco. He's gay, great guy, brilliant. He knows his computer code. He's like a genius, really nice guy. He's about 40, 45 now. Now, his challenge in the United States, being gay, is he really likes like 16-year-old Asian guys. So he owned a home in Oakland, got busted with this 16-year-old Asian boy, and they put him in prison. I mean, they put him in prison. Then he got out of prison and he went back. Okay. So he got out of prison. He wanted to come visit me. I said, okay. I was a little leery about it. And so we looked it up to see if he could do it. So what happened was he was in the airplane, headed to Puerto Vallarta, paid for his ticket, planes in the air. The plane lands in Puerto Vallarta. When the plane landed, the Mexico federal authorities got on the plane and sent him back to the United States because he was a registered child offender. Now, I don't know how they track that, or I don't know what other kind of criminals they track, if you get on a plane or something like that. So anyway, I'm going to do this dating video. It'll come out this week. And it's going to talk about screening people that might want to take your money. Now, here we go. Let's see, are we in chat? Helen. That's a good one, Bill. Oh, Bewitched. Oh, yeah, that's funny. That was funny. Don't give up. She's out there. No, she ain't out there. No. Yeah. You have to worry these days about the dating business. Worry. That's funny. Come down to Mexico, find a husband or wife, and get permanent residency. You're too funny, Bill. Now a part-time sleuth for the immigration status, Rusty Hill. Very interesting. Thanks for that. See you later. Yeah, go get that gasoline. Ola guys, Hawkins joining late, rather late than never. Great to see you here. And Matt Brazelton, I believe he's in Ahiheek. Thank you, Matt, being so gracious and generous. Thank you for contributing to the channel. We have people donating about $7 today. That's not going to pay my rent, but thank you so much. And Matt is from Oregon, living in Ahiheek. Matt, I was very surprised. I thought Oregon was going to whoop Ohio State's butt again I was sure that Ohio State would lose that game. But they played, and thank you so much. Best of luck for you guys in the next season. Thank you so much. Request the bank to print copies in Espanol to translate the bank statement. It helps. And that is a very good point. The last time, when I got my permanent visa, where was I living? I think I was living in Ahiheek. So this is like 6 years ago. And okay, so I had my bank statements. I had 6 months of bank statements, gave them to the Mexican government, and then the Mexican government charged me like $200 to translate those documents to Spanish. So Anna Titan is right on it. If you can, before you give those documents to the Mexico government, have your bank translate them into Spanish. Now, I've had a 1-year visa and 2 2-year visas, then a permanent visa. And the last one for the permanent visa was the only one where the Mexican government charged me $200. Oh, that was funked up. I said funked up. I didn't say the other word. Axel Foley, good morning, Axel Foley, and Happy New Year to you too. So let's see. If you're new here, we get together. We get together every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Usually I have some travel videos to share with you. I haven't been on the road in a couple of weeks. Christmas, New Year's been in the middle of the week, and I avoid Mexico travel on holidays. So I believe that I will be on the road this Tuesday, headed out for a brand new adventure. Yes, and I will have video clips for you next week about that adventure. Let's see, Axel Foley in the house. York. York has a combo heat and AC. My apartment has one. Okay. Oh, yeah. You can get those combo. You can get the combo air con. Yeah. Now this is a very good point. All over Mexico. Let me say this. When I lived in a brand new house in Chapala, brand new. When I moved into that place, they were just putting on the first front door. I mean, the place was brand new in Chapala, which is right next to Ahiheek. Now, that house had no air conditioning units. And Matt Brazelton or even William Mustache Stoneman, who's in Ahiheek right now. I mean, pretty much in Ahiheek, even Guadalajara, you can get by with no air conditioning. But if you live in Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Merida, you need air conditioning. You don't need a heater. But and throughout Mexico, you can get air conditioning units that are also heaters. Okay. Okay, maybe I could get one of those and, heat up my place, but that's an electric bill. I don't need that. I got my $10 coat. I got my $10 coat on. For $10, I can avoid the heat. Okay, and Chris G, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. 18 degrees here today, so send me those sweatpants and the vest in Chi-Town. Hey, man, I went to school in Hanover, New Hampshire. In January, swear to God, in January, it was 50 below zero. 50 below zero every day with 5 feet of snow on the ground. I hear you, brother. I hear you, brother. Oh, they call it the hawk. When the hawk, you don't play with the hawk in Chicago. No, you stay inside and pay that heating bill. Thank you for contributing. Bill, you have to show the Mexican 12 months bank statements for, oh my God, for 251,000. And this was 2022. You can look it up. At least Chicago consulate requirements. Wow. Woo. And Marco in Chicago, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And thanks for Marco. I've done 2 or 3 interviews with Marco, and he is. I got to check your list at the end of the day for places that I haven't completed, but his family is from Morelia. He lives in Chicago. He's an established businessman there at the airport, and he's contemplating retiring, moving back to Morelia. So he knows this area in and out. And I got to get back on Marco's list of places that I should visit. And I just got a notification here that someone else has donated money to the channel, but they did it through my PayPal account. Let's see who this is. Oh, I do. It's Anna. This says Anya. Anya, thank you so much for contributing $10. Tanya, that's got to be Tanya. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. And this is how I pay my rent. We're headed to 13,000 subscribers. I hope we can get to 15,000 subscribers this year. Thank you, each and every one. Now, hola, Marco. Oh, Marco and Chris are buddies. Hola. Right on. They talking to each other. Chris G, 250K. Ouch. And tell you what, I don't even know if I should say this, but for the United States government at the U.S. border, they ought to make sure that all the immigrants coming in the United States have $250,000 in the bank also. That's what they might want to try. What up, Chris Axel Foley? Bill, what was the New Year's celebration like? It was a big party. Unlike the United States, I think. I mean, sure, in the United States. Oh, okay. Well, the security guard here, Alex, I asked him, Alex, are you going to go out and party for New Year's Eve? And he said, no, I'm going to be at home. And I said, why are you going to be at home? He says, well, people get their guns out and they shooting up in the air. People get shot by accident. Even though it's illegal to have guns down here, some people do have guns. So anyway, but for December, for Christmas, Lots of fireworks. I mean, I'm up here with this great view. I could see fireworks going on. These weren't like the government fireworks. So you can see all these fireworks going up from all over town, individuals putting up. That's for Christmas, okay? So it's a huge party. Mexicans party for real all night. That's all I can say. Now, so it was cool. And Mary Jane contributing to the channel. Mary Jane, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I'm checking my Santa Claus list. Yeah, okay. Checking my list here. Oh, okay. Okay. What I want to say, thank you, everybody, for showing up this morning, clicking that like button, contributing to the channel. My neighborhood, I live in a weird neighborhood. I'm paying $400 a month in my apartment. There are 8 units in here. And these people are driving. The people that live in my building, one guy has a new Mercedes. This other guy has a brand new Audi. This other chick across the hall, she's got a brand new Volkswagen, looks brand new. And the whole neighborhood's like that, BMWs and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of homeowners here. And it's been very quiet. I mean, very quiet. I've never heard any noise from anybody in this building, nor from any of my neighbors. And so the guy across the street, he's a homeowner. And so he was having his place painted on Christmas Eve. Who would do that? Okay. But then the painters, the Mexican construction people are the loudest people on the planet. You know, they show up with the boom box they got at Walmart on sale for like $10, and the speakers aren't that good, but they come and they crank that. So the painters show up and they got their little $10 cheap Walmart all cranked up for 2 days. But the good news was that all the music was good. They were playing like top 40s, 70s soul music. Bee Gees, funky stuff, Parliament, all day. I could have listened to their music all day. But in Chapala, Ajijic, those construction workers, they only played banda. And I listened to banda for like 8 hours a day, 6 days a week from construction workers in Ajijic, Chapala for 3 years. I hate banda now. I hate banda. But these guys, they were grooving. If you're going to come and show up and play that, even the taxi drivers in Morelia, 50% of the taxi drivers, they listening to some really cool modern funk or jazz. I was in a taxi yesterday, and this dude had some really cool tunes on his radio. It was like really funky jazz, right on. So I've been here for 6 months. Mazatlan, even though I had a nice apartment 3 blocks away from the beach, that was the loudest community I've ever lived in, because there's 3 blocks from the beach. There are like 3 or 4 resorts 3 blocks from where I lived on the beach. And they had big parties every night until 4 o'clock in the morning. I heard that for 2 years. 4 o'clock in the morning every night for 2 full years. You can get you can get into a bad noise spot in Mexico very easy. This is the most quiet place I've ever lived in. Dennis Hassler. Hola, Dennis. Love to see you enjoying Morelia, and I do hope to visit there when I move to Mexico. I visit the border often for work on my vehicles and have deep respect for the Mexican culture. Mexico's cool. I love living in Mexico. I'm not leaving. I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving. No bueno. Lots of gun. Most problems can resolved without guns. Okay, for hunting wild boars and alligators, we have an overpopulation problem in the U.S. That's why they have guns, so you guys can kill each other, reduce the population, just blow each other away. Get out your AK-7s, get out in the street and just start blowing people, reduce the population. Yes, Chris, you can call the consulate or check with Mexican relocation. Hey, Bill, hopefully I'll receive my permanent residency. I hope you mean permanent in April. And I tell you what, once you get your papers all done, it feels so good. I mean, it really feels so good once all your paperwork is complete. And congratulations, neighbor. But you're married to a Mexican. Huh. We'll have to talk about that when we do breakfast. Okay, now I'm at about the bottom of my list. I have a list of potential places to visit this week. I think on Monday I'm going to put up my dating video. Yesterday I put up a video about the Mexican peso. Last Monday, I think I put up a video about Ajijic versus Morelia. And for what it's worth, for those of you that remember Katie Ibarra, I was supposed to interview her about a month ago. She had an accident, messed her face all up. So she didn't want to do the interview. She's all well now, and we're getting together to do an interview Wednesday. If you would like to do an interview for our broadcast, or just you and me for an interview about the joys of living in Mexico, email me at Bill the Geek at bill.dallas.lewis10@gmail.com. Email me and we can set up an interview. We'll get you on the big screen. No problem. We love doing interviews. Now, here we go. Tooth Fairy. I think Morelia is a noise sensitive. I mean, I'm in a huge community. I'm the highest on the hill. If there's any noise, I would hear it. I would hear it. There's no noise. This is the most quiet city I've ever lived in Mexico. I mean, yeah, in the United States, if you live in a middle-class neighborhood, the police will just come to your house and tell you to turn the music off. And if you don't turn it off, they'll take you to jail. In Mexico, it ain't like that. You can be loud here in Mexico and it's accepted. Okay. All right. So I'm getting ready to sign off. I want to thank everyone for showing up this morning. We'll have a brand new show next week with lots of video clips about wherever it is that I'm going. I think that 2025 is going to be an excellent year for making videos about the joys of living in Mexico, just because I'm in the middle of Mexico, which gives me access to more fabulous places. Okay. Okay. So let's see, where am I now? Let me scroll up just a little bit. So I think that's about it. If you're watching the rebroadcast and you want to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description below. Also, for our Mexican for our Facebook group, it's called Mexican Expats Living in Mexico, Bill Dallas Lewis. If you'd like to join that group, there is a link in the description below. I think we'll hit 500 members by the end of this month, maybe. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. I got my shopping list. I'm going to the grocery store. I plan on making nachos. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to make nachos today. Kind of chill out. Check out Marco's list of potential places to visit and just enjoy living in Mexico. Chef Boy, Florida says, yo, yo, yo. I was in San Miguel and Guanajuato last April planning the next trip. I love Guanajuato, favorite town in Mexico. Have been or seen Players Vigils de Guadalupe de Mexico? No. They are unique to the country of Mexico. They are super beautiful. Okay, I have to check that out. Let me take a screenshot. There we go. Oh, La Doce Vita. La Doce Vita. What are you talking about? Have to go. Heading to Thailand. Chasing the sun. Grazie, Bill. Adios, chica. Tooth Fairy. I went shopping to La Comer. I was there yesterday morning. La Comer is fabulous. I'm walking there. It's a fabulous grocery store, and I'll be there in about 20 minutes. It's awesome. Now, let's see over here. Marco, Chicago. I can't wait till you move down here so we can get together. And Lisa's donating to the channel, my Cuban hubby. Thank you, baby. Thank you for donating to the channel. Vaya con Dios from Anna Titan in Nevada. And I'm getting ready to say adios, amigos, here in a second. Let me get all my banners pulled up here. So that's it. I'm going to wrap this sucker up. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. So all I can say is adios, hasta luego, and que te vaya bien. Click the like button on the way out. Click that subscribe button, and I'll see you hopefully next Saturday. Happy 2025. Let's all have a great one together.